What's up, y'all? What's up? Just going live real quick. Try to get a hang of this. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a hang of this a little bit. Sitting here, I said I was going to do a live stream today. It's a little bit later from what I wanted to do a live stream. Appreciate the light coming in. Who we got in here? Trying to find the best time to do a live stream for you guys. So trying to figure out the best time to do a live stream. Who we got here? Go ahead and say what's up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up in the chat. Hey, BJ. Hey, Herb. Hey, Herb. What's good with your fam? What's good with you, man? Just sitting here, you know what I'm saying? Go asking some Q&As from people um, about how it is in Japan, if excuse me. Neon Eyes, what's good with you? What's good with you? What's cracking? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. Excuse the old school Ed Hardy shirt. I'm actually chilling. This is actually one of my day off. What's that? How hot it is right now. Actually, it's actually cooler today. We about to have a typhoon. Pretty much like a hurricane, a tropical storm thing. That's about to go down this weekend. Like tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. So it's about to go down this weekend, but man, it's been hot. It's been like 100. The humidity's almost been like at 85, 90. They already got like 44 deaths already. It's older people. They don't want to use AC. You know, they think it make you weak. They can make you look weak and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's 100 and is it 109? Is that like dry heat, or is that like, what is that like in Texas? Do y'all got the humidity with it? Because I know like 109, ooh, that's like you don't even want to go outside. Y'all got like the devil walking next to y'all looking snow cones. Y'all got the devil looking snow cones. I'm in North Texas. So, okay, so that's good. That's good. That's good. I know like we get that tropical heat over here where it's hot and then it's muggy. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard. I got some friends down in Houston. They told me it's hot and muggy and suffocating and stuff. Hey, as you enter, please go ahead and ask some questions and hit the like button as you enter. I might want to do these live streams. You know what I'm saying? Do these live streams probably around, around my time if I have time between 11 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that. Because I think it's what like 12 o'clock where you guys are at right now. 12 o'clock in Houston, or like 12 o'clock was it? Houston's on Central Time, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Hey BJ, man, we missed you today, man. We need that. Oh God, oh God, we needed that, man. We needed that today on the Express live stream. Oh, it's 11. Okay, okay. So this is like, you know what I'm saying, kind of like late night with Jay Leno right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like 1:05 in the afternoon for me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Calvin, what's good? What's good? The nation's coming through, showing some love and some support. Yeah, man. So you know what I mean. So anybody got any questions? Maybe I should just start some stuff on. I was watching with my nephew. Yeah, man, we need you with that. Oh God, we need you to come through there, man. Hey, man, he was dropping some jewels in there today, man. We had to escape and go to the other platform. He had to pull a Noah's Ark moment on us. Oh, you just got off work? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Cats was in there, Zero. She was in there shooting them for you, bro. She was, you know what I'm saying? We missed you, bro. We missed you in there, kicking, stomping on the heads of trolls. You know what I'm saying? All right, so maybe I need to just start talking about subject and stuff like that. I had a friend, the guy that we did something with, and we were talking about some things, and we were talking about, you know, since my title is Black in Japan, and I don't like to alienate people outside of me because I'm in Japan. I just happen to be a black person that's in Japan, but I'm an expat. So But we still got the same problems, but we got a worser problem with um, you know, not being in America. You know, a lot of times we want to speak on political issues and we understand, and then what we get from a lot of our people back home, yo, what you talking about? You don't live here. Like you like you don't live here. You ain't going through what I'm going through. Like you live in another country. Like you've been gone too long. You don't understand how it is. You know what I mean? And that, to some degree, there's some truth into that. But at the same time, I ain't stopped being black once I got a passport and moved. Like, what is worse is it's you got degrees of blackness. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's reverse. It's like, oh, when people first see me, they think either I'm from some place in Africa, and I can't, lie and say I am because I'm not, but I appreciate the compliment. But they say, hey, what part of Africa you from? And I'm like, I'm not. I'm like, oh, you're American. Yes, good, good, good. I'm like, what the hell that's supposed to mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, whoa, wait a minute, and then it's a whole different dichotomy with that. So, but as far as that, it's a lot of things that you try to wrap your head around and try to understand it, and then you necessarily can't. If you can excuse behind me, because I've been doing some video shoots, so I didn't put my softbox back. I didn't put it away, and I'm saying I got my lenses here and stuff like that. So if we can excuse that. And yeah, my chair is torn up, but this is like my homie right here. Like, man, this is like my homie. It's like that. I think it gives me character right here. This chair. Like I had this chair for like 6 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that old recliner that your grandpa had that he done broke it in and it just feels just right. You know what I'm saying? So this is my old recliner and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see what we got here. It's weathered, which makes it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's perfect because my head sits right here, so the sun is like right here. So it's not like that old Cadillac when you get in there in the hot leather seats. Yeah, he has personality. I think I'm gonna name it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta figure out what to name it. I gotta name it something, man. I gotta name it something. Hey, y'all got any questions? Like, you know what I'm saying? Anything that, y'all was thinking about asking or anything that y'all are interested in, so I can politely tell you, yes, that's true, no, it's not true, or whatever. Because there's a lot of misnomers about Japan, and people just be like, yo, how's it is in Japan? And it's not really no difference. What is the nastiest food you ever eaten in Japan? The nastiest food I've ever eaten in Japan is natto. It is fermented beans. It smells like athlete's feet. Like it smells like steak. Like, when somebody got some smelly feet, like some soggy gym socks or something, that's what it smells like, and it tastes like ugh. It tastes like, but it's good for you. It's actually really good for you. Like they eat it. Like my kids be eating it. And when you take it, and then when they take it out of the package and it's all stringy like snot, it just looks terrible. It looks terrible. It smells terrible, and then it tastes terrible. But they eat it. Like they even got like natto roll sushi. Like they eat it, and then you know what I'm saying. And then they be talking to you, and their breath smell like ugh. Like you like, what are you doing? I know, right? Like, see, that's why people are unhealthy. Like, why can't the foods that are good for you taste good? Can we work that out? I guess it's the universe, man. I guess it's a balance or something. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I think it's a balance in the universe. Like, if it's good for you, it gotta taste nasty. You know what I'm saying? Because then if it tastes good, then you will eat it. Yeah, like yes, that's zero. Like black seed, man, backseed oil, castor oil, ooh, but it's good for you. It tastes like I think was it I eat mostly for nutrition, I eat for flavor on the weekends. Yeah, yeah, but man, But that's like not even enjoying life though, right? Like I'm like they do got healthy foods out there that taste good. But you know, it's just one of those things. Like I've gotten used to eating. Like the other thing about Japanese food is it's bland. It doesn't have a lot of flavoring in it. Like, well, let me take that back. It does have flavoring, but it took me a while. It took me a while. Yeah, it tastes like yeah. Black seal tastes like motor oil. Yeah, Japanese food is bland because well, it's bland to us. It took me a while of eating Japanese food to neutralize my palate, basically. What you don't realize in the U.S., our food is like very saturated in preservatives and overly saturated with sugars and all types of stuff. So like I ate a Japanese cheesecake. I'm compared to an American cheesesteak. The Japanese cheesecake is very bland. Like it's very bland. Like actually, like I had a cheesecake in France, and they put alcohol in a lot of their desserts and stuff like that to bring out the flavor. But in America, we put a lot of sugars and stuff like that, and that pulls the flavor out. And a lot of salt. Like if you add salt to something, it'll pull the flavor out. It'll bring the flavor up. But we put too much salt, too much sugar, too much processed stuff and stuff. So when I first started eating Japanese food, I'm like, man, this ain't got no taste to it. Like, what the hell is this? Right. But then after a while, after I was, how you say, weaned off of the American products, I now eat Japanese food and I can taste everything. Did anyone ever warn you? Actually, I eat wasabi. Like I don't have a problem with it. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. Like I don't but I don't put like a glump on there or whatever. And it's good for cleaning out your sinuses too. It's good. Yeah, it's good for cleaning out your sinuses. Eat the wasabi. Yeah, I there's these crackers, right? There's these rice crackers and peanuts, and they have these wasabi flavored peanuts and stuff. So like when we go out drinking or we go to these what they call izakayas, right? Like salaryman spots where everybody go after work and they go drinking with their coworkers and stuff. Kind of like a bar, like Cheers, like how bars used to be back in the day. And you go there and they serve you all these finger food and stuff like that. And when you're drinking, you're drinking beer and stuff like that. Of course, beer is fattening. It's got the hobs and the wheat and stuff, and this will make your stomach get bigger. So the way that they counteract this is they give you these rice crackers and peanuts, and with this wasabi on it, with the flavor of the wasabi. And what the wasabi does is it cuts down on the fat, so you don't get as fat as you would and stuff like that. So it helps with digestion and a little bit stuff like that. Like that's why they tell you after you eat sushi, you're supposed to eat a little bit of ginger. The ginger helps with the digestion and in your intestines. So fish, especially eating raw fish, they carry certain parasites and they don't get stuck into your intestinal walls and get in your body. So by eating the ginger kills off the parasites and stuff like that. Oh yeah, like wasabi beans. Yeah, it's on point. Like, yeah, I'll be crunching them things down. Uh, well, I'm like, they do got them ghost peppers. No, they do got them ghost peppers. Like it's I guess it's not hot as in it doesn't burn your taste buds. It just opens up your sinuses. You can just feel it. It's like horseradish times 1,000 or something like that. You get that pure wasabi. They put that little glump on it. You just take a little bit, like man. You probably took a whole glump, throw it in there, like yeah. What I'm saying? This ain't nothing. I'll be messing with the hot sauce. Nope. It's like what we call it is like it's like almost like akin to mustard gas. I think they use it in I think they use it in like mustard gas or something like that, pellets or something like that. Appreciate y'all coming in. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got any more questions, anything that y'all want to, talk about? Hey, don't be getting on my shirt. You know what I'm saying? It's hot. I'm chilling. Oh, what's Gucci, man? What's going on? What's going on? What's cracking with you? What's up, Young? What's going on with you? Thanks for stopping by, stopping through. You know what I'm saying? How the reservoir here? The reservoirs here are pretty good. But it kind of works like an aqueduct system. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually have like we have one, and then we have an aqueduct system, of rainwater that comes through these neighborhoods. I actually got one down the street from my house. There's actually like ducks and cranes and koi fish and stuff that are actually living in the little aqueduct thing. You can see them when we look over and stuff like that. I actually got to do a vlog, and I actually got some footage of that in there. So I'm you know what I'm saying. So I wanted to put up some content. I didn't. I have a vlog that I've done, but I haven't sat there and edited yet. And I promised myself that once a week I will put up some type of content, even it's live stream or it's a on my platform. I do a show with my friend Joel. This is Joe. He's got a YouTube channel, formerly the Asian Travel Guy, and we do a show, but we do it on his platform. We do a show on his platform. You see, told me to put some green stuff on my sushi. He did not tell me it was hot. I don't. Oh, dang, man. Oh, yeah, he got you. What's up, JL? What's going on, fam? Coming through, man. Showing the love with the nation, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Um, yeah, that's messed up. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't tell everybody to mess with wasabi because it's not like hot sauce. It's just wasabi is just like you got to eat it with something, and there's certain things that you will want to eat it, and they put a little bit on it too, like you eat tuna or something, and it's really there to clean your palate. Like people thinking wasabi, oh, well, extra wasabi on it. It's there to clean your palate. So if you're eating salmon and then they put the wasabi with it, and then when you eat it, you get the taste of the salmon, and then you can move on to the tuna. You're not carrying over the taste of the salmon and the tuna, and maybe you got some snow crab, or you got some shrimp, or you got some octopus, or you got some squid, or something like that. So it cleans it also. You can get the full body taste of everything. Exactly, Richard. And I was paying for the meal too. Oh nah, see, you know what? We would have had separate checks. See, I'd have been, yeah. You know what? He owed me one. Yep. Ew, you eat octopus? Yes, I've eaten octopus, but I do not eat octopus raw. Like I do not eat octopus raw. Like octopus and squid has to be grilled or fried for me to eat it. Because if you do eat it raw, you do run into the risk of having little octopus growing in your mouth. Yeah, yeah. So people that be eating octopus raw, like you know what I'm saying, they still alive a little bit, even if you think they dead. You know what I mean? It's been like if you go online and check it, it's been says like yeah, yeah. But they'll grow like in the side of your mouth, like because you know what I mean. They'll have eggs in them already, or they'll it's crazy. That I just but me personally, I don't like eating anything raw, especially fish. The first time I tried sushi, it was in the States. I ate it raw, and I had like stage 2 food poisoning. That was not cool. That is not good. Nah, nah. So after that, like if I do eat sushi, I only eat certain type of sushi. I only eat crab and shrimp. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Like, nah, I don't eat nothing. Nah, they can keep all the rest of that. Miss me with that. Man, when I go to a sushi restaurant, I get 10 plates. And it's going to be snow crab, and it's going to be shrimp, and they both going to be cooked. Yeah, yeah, vegetables, yeah, yeah, I'm with it. Like with the vegetables, yeah. Yeah, it's bad. Like the sad part is I get friends ask me like, man, you go to Tokyo Game Show? I told them I said, man, um, Comic Con, and I forgot the video game conference they got in the States. Tokyo Game Show was straight trash. It's straight trash. Like trash. Like when I first got to Japan, Tokyo Game Show was the thing. Now it's straight trash. They got an anime festival here. The ones in the States be more lit than the Japanese because they got like a district for that. So it's like all year round. That's like them having like a Disneyland festival, and there's a Disneyland like there all year round. So it's not what you think it is. And if one more person tell me to send them some J's because it's cheaper, I'm a drop kick. You know what I'm saying? Jordans are not cheaper in Japan. They don't make them here. They make them in China. They make them in China. They don't make them here. They make them in China. And the crazy part is the Chinese people actually fly to Japan to get Jordans because they're legitimate because you don't know what you're getting. Like somebody asked me that. Like one dude asked me, he's like, "Hey man, can you get me that new Nintendo? What they had that Nintendo that came out? The older Nintendo came out." And he's like, "Man, can you get me that?" I was like, "Yo, how you gonna play it? It's in Japanese." What? I said, "Yeah, I brought a Switch. It's in Japanese. They don't have it bilingual. The only bilingual thing they got is like PlayStations. And most of the best RPG games are only in Japanese. They won't release it to like in America. You know what I'm saying? They won't release it and stuff like that. Like in Japan, going to the arcade and paying money to play fighting games is still the thing to do. So you know what I mean? I want to put some hands on somebody in some Tekken. I go to the arcade, put some hands on somebody, pay some money. Old school, you know. So it's a lot of misnomers about Japan. Like I thought when I got here, I'm gonna tell you. All right, so you know what? The best thing to do is talking about the dumb stuff that I thought when I first got to Japan, and I got debunked. I got my feelings hurt. All right, first thing that I thought, I like, man, I'm gonna go to Japan. I'm gonna walk into a dojo, man, and I'm gonna learn some karate and some kung fu, and it's gonna be like whatever, right? Man, you can't even find a damn dojo. And most of the dojos are for kids. Most of the dojos are for kids. They ain't even pushing it. It's like daycare. It's like Kim's Karate or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't even that serious. Like the ones that are really serious are the ones that that are in certain parts of Tokyo and stuff like that. Yeah, you would, but what I would have to do is I would have to buy the international version of the console and the game because they do have an international version. But I had to go to Akihabara, and then I had to pay like an extra $100 for the console and pay an extra like $30 for the game because it's an import or what they would call export. Do you eat a lot of street vendors food, and how was that? They don't really like you don't get. There's not a lot of street vendor food in Japan. They don't play that unless it's a festival. Like if there's a festival, there's street vendor food. But if there's not a festival, nah. They crazy with that. You know what I'm saying? They crazy with that. Like, nah, they don't play that. Like it's just like the States. Like, you know what I'm saying? The only people that are kind of on the streets are the souvlaki dudes. We call them Taliban tacos and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, that is not the proper name. That's not right to say it, but that's what we call it. The dudes that shave off the meat and give it to you. You know what I'm saying? The souvlaki dudes. They're the only ones that's the street vendors that you'll find down in Tokyo and stuff like that. But you're not just going like walk up. There's not like a hot dog stand just hanging out or nothing. Everything's brick and mortar business. You said it lives in Tokyo. Well, I'm like, do you know where Zero around in Tokyo? About in Tokyo? All right. So basically, what was the next one that I did? All right. The next one that I did was I'm thinking that I'm gonna like see all this Japanese food in the middle of Tokyo and whatever, and I didn't realize how what they call westernized Tokyo was. Like I didn't realize how westernized it was. I'm talking about there was a McDonald's next to a KFC. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to literally go like to another part because I was in Shibuya. I had to go to Ginza to go to a traditional Japanese restaurant. But you know what I mean? Like I was like, man, this is crazy. Like I was like, wow, you know what I mean? So it's not really what you think it is, So it's not really what you think it is. So that's really that. Like let's see, what's the other thing? Let's see. Um, Japanese women aren't as what they call them subservient as people think they are. Um, they're they're very stereotypical, right? So a lot of dudes or whatever, like, man, you go over there, you got all the chicks. Nah, it's like they're very stereotypical. So what I mean by stereotypical is Japanese women. If you want to date a Japanese woman and you're a white dude, you need to go to a rock club or one of them like EDM clubs or house or techno clubs. If you are a black dude, you need to go to a reggae or a hip hop club or something like that. And if you're a Latin dude, you go to a Latin club because those women are into those guys. Like that's it. Like it doesn't matter if you can dance, if that's the type of music you in, you ain't really going to get any females. Shibari, where you are, do they practice Shibari? Let's see. Yeah, he's probably in Shinjuku. That's where the big Aikido Association. Let's see, Shibari. Where you are. No, no, they don't. I'm actually close to the military base, so the military base is like maybe a 15-minute drive from where I'm at. You talking about the ancient? There's a guy that's on Facebook. I mean, on Instagram. That he's a photographer. That hey BGS, hey master teachers in the house. Master teachers in the house. Hold on one second. Um, let's see. I think I can find him on Instagram. For you. Let me see. He's a photographer, but yeah, they practice it. But it's like you gotta be community, and it's yeah, you gotta be in that community. You gotta be in that community. What's up, young 41? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let me see. Let me see. If I can find this guy. Let me see. He's on Instagram. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong account. Sorry, I got multiple Instagram accounts. Sorry. So BGS. Let's see. All right. So what was the other thing that I was thinking? Um, the other thing that surprised me is when I got to Tokyo, I didn't. I'm thinking because this wasn't my first time traveling to another country outside the U.S. But when I got to Tokyo, because most countries, if you're in the main city hub, like if you're in Rome, if you're in Pisa, if you're in Venice, if you're in Milan, if you're in Paris, if you're in Barcelona, if you're in Madrid, if you're in you know what I'm saying Germany, certain places in Germany, and I'm taking European thinking processes, and even though their country language is this, as long as you're in that main city hub, mostly majority of everybody speaks English. Not in Tokyo, not in Japan. Like I even went to China. I went to mainland China. I went to Shanghai, Beijing. I went to Hong Kong. Of course, Hong Kong was ran by the British, so most everybody speak that. Hong Kong, Macau. Being in Thailand, Bangkok, Pattaya, Phuket, everybody spoke English. Even went to Vladivostok, Russia, spoke English. In Japan, no. Majority of the people that speak English are females. Females. Straight up and down females. Yeah, it's complicated, but Neon, you got to understand they didn't have handcuffs back then, so that was actually for you to subdue prisoners. it wasn't. It wasn't. It was actually for you to subdue prisoners. That's how they. That was the ancient. That was the ancient handcuffs. They had plenty of rope. They had plenty of rope, so they just turned it into something else. Like it's more of an art form. Yeah, it's more of an art form, and that's what whole Bukaki thing came into place where a wife would cheat on her husband with someone in the village and she wouldn't tell them, so they would just basically drag her out there, tie her up like that, and let everybody do their thing. So basically embarrassing for everybody. Yeah, yeah, Latin America, yeah, especially, yeah. Yeah, it'd be just first like Latin American stuff like that. Like I was thinking, like, oh, we're the main city hub, and it's you gotta find somebody. But most other countries, yes, but Japan, no. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, they use it as an art now. Yeah, it's more artistic. It's more like, you know what I'm saying, like it's more artistic and stuff like that now. But before, yeah, you was it was if you was in that, you was embarrassed. If you was embarrassed. Hey, I ain't gonna talk about those questions. I'm a little bit. Shh. See. Don't put out there like that. Zero. Don't kick the chair, Zero. Don't kick the chair. Don't kick the chair. Don't kick the chair. Don't kick the chair. But yeah, like what was the other thing? Japan is really expensive in Tokyo, but like where my wife is from, it is very affordable to live. Because she lives, my wife is from Aichi, which is Nagoya, where where Nagoya is. So Aichi, like Aichi is the first capital of Japan. Nagoya is the first capital of Japan. It's when Japan was first unified under Hideyoshi. So that's where Japan was first unified under Hideyoshi. So it's like old school. It's got a lot of castles around. A lot of there's there's a place where Nobunaga made his last stand, and then and that's where a lot of people don't realize is that's the place where he allowed his bodyguard, where the African that became a samurai, he allowed his bodyguard to out of his service, and that was a lot of that's and people don't know the story of the story of the Ronin come into play. You know what I'm saying? Because the personal bodyguards and retainers of the of a warlord or the retainer or something like that, they are supposed to lay their life down for for their lord master. As far as the samurai, they take that very seriously. And he wanted to do that, but he let him live and stuff like that. So he removed him from service. And that's why he actually left the country of Japan, because it was dishonorable for a samurai to not die with or for his you know his shogun. So that's why he actually left Japan. He got on a boat and left. No one knows where he went after that, but rumors are that he went to the islands, to the lower island, like he went down to Okinawa actually. You know what I'm saying? So far as that, you're BJ. So that was another thing that I had to learn, because I realized Tokyo was expensive, but then when I went down to Aichi and Nagoya and stuff. The other thing is, if you really want to learn about Japan, because I'm in Tokyo, but if you want to learn about Japan, you need to go to other places in Japan if you're planning on visiting Japan. Um, I went to Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Man, how the candies here? The candies here, they got weird candies. They got some weird stuff. They got some stuff that you be like, why did you waste your time in making this a candy? Like, this candy is a shrimp candy. Like, why would you make candy? Like, why would you make a hard candy? So I'm just say you're sucking on shrimp, like tasting candy, like you know what I'm saying? Like, but the candies, like I said again, the candies are not as sweet because we're used to that level of sweetness. I eat mostly fruit for candy. Fruit in Japan is rather well, I live in Kanagawa. So Kanagawa is the prefecture where Tokyo, Yokohama is, and Odawada and places like that. So it's very expensive here for stuff. But when you live outside of the prefecture, like in the country areas, then fruit is cheaper, but it's seasonal. It's very seasonal. So it's not like the States where, you know, I mean, you got like oranges all year round. You know what I mean? Like there's times when I go to the supermarket and they ain't got it. It's gone. It ain't got it. They ain't got it. Like I love drinking mint. Like I love drinking mint water. My bad. I love drinking mint water. And they ain't got no mint. And I'm like, where the mint at? And they're like, it's out of season. I'm looking stupid. So is it bitter? No, it's not bitter. It's just I'm like, to me, I can taste it now. But if you were to come over here and you were to eat some of the candy and stuff, you'd be like, what is this? Like you can taste it a little bit, but you're like, man, this ain't nothing. This is wasting my time. Because your palate is not acclimated to actually tasting stuff that's so natural without any preservatives in it. They make everything from natural everything. Yeah. Hey, you saw a vlog with the whole fish cola and stuff like that, man. They make some weird stuff. Like McDonald's, right now, McDonald's has a egg McFlurry. It's supposed to be pudding, like the pudding, but it's like egg custard McFlurry, but it's more egg than it like you like. Nah, bro. I'm you can miss me with that one. You can miss me with that one. Now what I do say is now I was able to eat some good fruit. Like the first time I ate dragon fruit was here. Like so I saw this thing, it looked crazy, right? So I'm like, you know what I mean? I watched One Piece. So I'm like, man, like I'm over there, my wife looking at me like I done nerded out, right? I'm like I got a devil fruit, right? My son, he's over there laughing with me. We all clowning and stuff, right? And she like, hey, that's a dragon fruit. I was like, you just ruined the joke. It's supposed to be, you know. So when I'm like, how you eat this? So we cut it in half. Man, that thing it tastes great. That thing tastes great. It's like, yeah, yes, yeah, BGS. The U.S. palate is very heavy. Like it's very, very heavy. Me personally, I do not like when I put sugar in everything. Everything's natural brown sugar, or I use honey as a sweetener, like natural honey. I spent like $40 on a honeycomb. Yeah. See Zero. Yeah, see Zero got me. He got me with the Luffy with the One Piece. He got me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's the nightlife like that? Well, you know what I'm saying? See, I'm explaining to you, but Neon, go check my channel. Go check my channel. Right? Because I put that stuff up there. But the nightlife up here is like this, right? The club, you go to okay, so this is how it works, right? When you get off work, right? When you get off work, you go to these after hour eating places, right? So these after work eating places, which is izakayas, right? So you eat there, and then I would say between 7 and I'll say 10, 11. Then you leave there. You can go home, some people, whatever, but leave there. And then the club will open up at 11, but it don't start jumping until 1. So the club stays open depending on where you're at, right? The club will stay open from 11 until 5 in the morning, right? Now, if it's the weekend, like Saturday or something like that, you can go to the club. You can start club hopping if you got enough bread and you know what you're doing. You can start club hopping from 10 o'clock at night until 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. So the nightlife is be jumping, but the clubs aren't clubs like in America, clubs are like huge. Like a small club to y'all is like maybe 350 to 500 people. A small club in Japan hold like 100 people. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 to 100 people. You know what I mean? They call that a club. You know what I mean? But it's not. It's more like a bar, lounge. But there's so many blocks that you go listen to so many music, then they have the really big clubs. So everybody goes to the really big clubs that hold about maybe 500 to 600 people. And then they'll go to the small clubs, and then they'll go to the lounges and the little hot spots and the bars and stuff like that. So that's what's up with the club. Now the crazy part about it is it was illegal in Japan to dance up until 2 years ago. Yeah, it's more like a European style too. Yeah, it's more that's more like a European style. That's how they do it in Europe also. Yeah. I love being in hookah lounges. Like I'm spoiled because I'm a promoter, So I can't be in general pop. So when I go to the club, if I'm not in a VIP, I call it looking at I call it looking at the gen pop prisoners. Like I gotta be in the VIP. I gotta sit there and watch people and drink and laugh and be snobbish. Like, oh, ha, ha, look at you getting in line, getting your drinks. Oh. Like I gotta do that. I'm sorry. I'm just being serious. Yeah, like nightlife is crazy. It's nice. Like I got the so I got a video when I went to one of the biggest clubs in Tokyo, Agaha. When I did that and stuff like that. Certain times I can't vlog inside the club because there's certain things going on that y'all don't need to know because I'm snitching on myself. So see what I'm saying? All right, cool, gotcha. All right, so y'all got that. All right. Yeah, so yeah, but the nightlife in Japan is really cool. I want to do a series of like how can what clubs can you go to for this amount of money that you only spend this amount of money in a month. In a night in the night, like I want to do a $100 challenge. I want to do a $200 challenge. I want to do like a $50 challenge. Like what can you do? Going to which club and what can you get into? Yeah, so I like, but lounges here are really nice. Hookah lounges are really kind of like the thing right now. The other thing in Japan is you can smoke in the club. So a lot of people don't like that, but you can smoke in the clubs in Japan. So that's another thing you got to kind of worry about coming out the club smelling like smoke. You know what I mean? Because they be chain smoking, but they don't like smoke the whole cigarette. They smoke it down like this much and then put it out. I'm like, that's waste. I'm like, I don't even smoke cigarettes, but that's a waste of money to me. Anyway, let's see. Vending machines. You can damn near get anything out of a damn vending machine, depending on where you at. They got a vending machine for everything. They got a vending machine for everything. They got a vending machine for everything. Like you be surprised. You in the right district, you'll get the right stuff out of the vending machine. Um, and there's always about in my neighborhood alone, like within a 30-foot radius, I got 6 vending machines around my house. I got 6 vending machines around my house. I have 1, 2, in a 8-block radius. I have 4 convenience stores. Like I got 2 7-Elevens. What they call? I got a Family Mart and whatever. Let's see. There's a 24-hour grocery store, but all the 24-hour grocery stores are owned actually. They're franchised from Walmart. Most grocery stores close. Most grocery stores close around 8 o'clock. And the good thing about Japan is I usually go buy my meat in the evening because the meat is half off, 50% off in the evening. Because they can't keep the meat for the next day. So they got to make sure everything's fresh each day. So the other thing is if they're out of a particular meat, they're not going to go in the back and get it to you because they ain't got it. So if they like bread, anything that's freshly made, like bread, like all the bakeries, you show up to the bakery at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you ain't get jack. Them shelves are bare and don't even ask do they got it anymore because they ain't. It's gone. They'll look at you like crazy. It's gone. So usually that's that. The other thing I want people in Japan. Old people in Japan, oh man, there's no they have no fucks given. They don't care about your feelings, they don't care about your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles, none of that. None of that. They don't care. Old people in Japan, nope, they don't care. They ain't caring, they don't want to care, they don't give a damn about you caring. They don't even nah. Old people in Japan. I'm like, they're cool. A lot of them are cool, but you just got to get used to them. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them around. The average age for someone in Japan, for a Japanese person, is like 85. That's the average age. The other misnomer that I had, thinking all Asians are smart. You will be smart too if you spent 14 hours a day in school. You'll be a genius too. If you spend 14 hours a day in school and another 2 hours when you got home studying, you'll be smart too. They're not they're not assholes. They just don't give no fucks. Like it's like I actually aspire BGS to be that old where I can give no fucks. like you know, I don't even rush old people. My wife be getting mad. She's like, God damn, this old bitch in the way. I was like, man, shit. Don't be rushing her. Shit. She ain't got that much time left. And if you rush her, she might have a damn heart attack. We might get blamed for some shit. Leave that old woman alone. Let's see. Let me see. I hear that the students get to be more active. Is that true? Yes, they get to be more active because they're forced to. So every kid, like my all my kids, except my youngest, he's in middle school. So he has to do a club activity. So every student has to do some type of club activity. You gotta either join a sports team, you gotta do something that you would like to do, and you participate. They make you participate. And if you're not participating in the school given club activity, you got to have a activity that's outside of the school that you're doing on a regular basis. And then you got to bring that letter to the school. You can't even get a job unless the school approves it. You can't even get a part-time job unless the school approves you having a part-time job. Yeah, crazy. But they do study. So what happens is they go to school. My son goes to school school starts from 8:30 to sometimes he gets out at 2:30, sometimes he gets out at 4 o'clock, something like that, right? And then he goes to his he'll have his after school club activity, which is 2 hours. Then he'll come home. But his friends go to cram school, so that's like 2 hours of extra school. So they'll get home like 7, 8 o'clock. He's like, Dad, I want to go to cram school. I'm like, nigga, if you ain't learned that shit in the motherfucking goddamn time you was in school, nigga, I ain't paying no extra money for you to go to more school to be wasting my money because you ain't learned it in the 8 hours that you was in school. I'm sorry. That ain't necessary. The way I see it. Let's see. What contributes to what contributes to the long lifespan? So on record, from what I've learned is that Italians and Japanese live the longest per average of people that live long term. Now, these are people, this is what they're talking about modern society. They're not talking about indigenous people or people that are in the rainforest or people that are indigenous to the continent of Africa that still practice the old ways of doing things, undiscovered civilizations that stay the hell out of the way and still practice old stuff. But we're talking about first world problems, right? So they live the longest because I was thinking, Italians live the longest because they're like Sicilians, especially live the longest because they're relaxed. Like they do siestas and stuff like that. But what it really comes down to is your diet. It comes strictly down to your diet and your activity. You being active and actively doing some stuff. It's always your diet. So what I've noticed even with myself is that, like I'm 37. Well, not yet, but I'll be 37. I'll be 37 in, I gotta check this. I'll be 37 in like going on 2 months. So I'll be 37 in 2 months. And what I've learned is like my diet and everything that I eat, and I eat according to the Japanese diet. I don't eat exactly what they eat because I can't eat half of the stuff that they eat because it's nasty to me. If it's nasty, I ain't eating. I'm sorry. Look, I would die a couple of years early to enjoy life. I'm sorry. Like my homeboy says, he says, see, that's the problem with Japanese people. They old and disgruntled because they're eating healthy and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, they eat a lot of noodles. So, I never considered. That's the other thing. They eat a lot of rice. They eat a lot of noodles. But the noodles that you're eating and the noodles that they're eating are totally different. The noodles that you're eating is processed wheat and all this extra stuff with GMOs and all that other crazy crap. The noodles that they eat is freshly made noodles. And they do have cup of noodles because they originate here, but no, they're like the people that eat that, they ain't trying to eat healthy enough. Like if I want to eat some soba or I want to eat some noodles, I go to a restaurant where they wake up early in the morning and they make the fresh noodles and stuff like that. Like they make it from scratch. Everything that they make from scratch. Do they eat a lot of fish eyes? No, they don't eat a lot of fish eyes. They don't just be walking down the street like with fish eyes on a stick, just licking them like popsicles. No, they eat fish. Like now the whole fish eye thing, you have to cook it and prepare it a certain way, right? So, but that comes off of that's like a delicacy dish. So you got to go to what they call like a hot spring or something like that. So basically, what they do is they get the big catch and they cut the head off of the tuna, and they they steam it and roll it a certain way so that the eye is edible. It's like a delicacy. You know, with delicacies, they nasty. This shit tastes nasty. So nobody just runs up and does that stuff like that. So kind of. Right. Yep. So just like let me see, just like how we eat chitlins. Yeah, that's right. My son brought me my lunch. You know what I'm saying? Christmas sandwich. I got McDonald's around the corner. I cook it. It need to go over some type of fire. Somebody need some old little Japanese man need to be this little fan and wait. Like even like oysters, in some cases. But oh man, good. The tuna, good. Grilled tuna, on point. The broiled tuna, the way they broil it, they eat a lot of rice. They eat a lot of rice, but their rice is steamed, it's sticky rice. It's not like that. They don't have that long we got, like, you know what I'm saying? That long grain rice. But their rice is sticky, and to me, I say it tastes like styrofoam because it really doesn't have a taste to it. It's like when you get the rice. It's like when you get the rice and whatever you put with the rice it just takes that flavor when you put that together. It's like, our rice has a taste to it. Their rice does not have a taste to it. So whatever they put with the rice, it enhances it, you know what I mean? Like a lot of sushi restaurants that y'all go to, they don't use the higher end sushi restaurants use Japanese rice. The lower end sushi restaurants use actually Thai rice, and Thai rice actually has a taste to it, which is kind of closer to the native or the South of Central America long grain rice. But because it's different, it's in a warmer, richer climate and stuff like that. In Japan, their rice doesn't have any taste to it. So to me, it tastes like styrofoam because I ain't got no taste to it. So that's why I tell them right. And I don't really like eating rice. Soy, like it's a lot of things about people talking about don't eat soy, and for men it messes up your testosterone and blah blah blah. That's all they eat over here in Japan. Usually got a whole bunch of testosterone. What it is what they add to the soy products. Like the soy that you get in the States is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The soy that they have over here, the soybeans are cultivated, it's natural, and it is what it is. There's a guy, like, actually the crazy part is the neighborhood that I live in, across the street from my house, directly across the street from my house, is I'm over here pointing like y'all. There's a guy, like, actually the crazy part is the neighborhood that I live in, across the street from my house, directly across the street from my house, is I'm over here pointing like y'all here or something. But exactly. Yeah, there you BG. Exactly. Yeah, there you BGS GMO. Across the street from my house is a fish cake factory. And then down the street from my house, it's a guy, he makes tofu, right? Which is made out of soybean. He makes tofu, and he makes tofu, right? Which is made out of soybean. He makes tofu, and he makes it every morning at 4:30 in the morning. I'm out running at 4:30, so he's already in there already finished his first batch. So he probably there like 3:30 in the morning doing him. So yeah, GMOs are banned. Yeah, GMOs, like GMOs. See, Japanese people are very cognizant of what's in their food. They do not play that. They don't play like like my wife. We'll go somewhere and I'll be like, "Oh man, this honey jar is like $20. Let me get this, big thing of honey." She's like, "No, that's from China. They make fake shit. We ain't getting that shit, right?" Or perfect example, Fukushima, when they had the thing that happened and then the reactor went off. Um, there were a major contributor to produce in Japan. And if it came from Fukushima, people would not buy it at all. Even if you said it was okay or not, they ain't buying it because it's already radioactive. They once you put that in their mind, they ain't touching it. It is like they have a like they're very on top of that. Like, and then when you eat anything in Japan, it has to break down every calorie. And they don't have, when you look at the back of their packaging, you can't put blue dye number 9 or some name that actually means this is what it actually is, but some scientific name to kind of gloss over what you're actually putting in it. You have to actually state the percentage that's in it or not. And if they find out that it's not, then the person that owned that company will be on television bowing and apologizing to the media that they screwed up, and then they got to pay all this money in restitution. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't play that. They really like that's one thing they got down to a science. Okay, do I have any small furry pets? Yes, I have a French bulldog. Actually, he is my second French bulldog. I had one French bulldog, and then I had an American bulldog, and then something was wrong with the American bulldog. They tried to, I guess, whoever had him before tried to use him as a fighting dog, but he was too lazy. But he has some aggression problems, so I had to. I gave him to a friend of mine that was leaving and going back to the States. So I gave it to him. Then my first French bulldog, he died because he had like leukemia or something. The pet shop didn't tell me that he had that, and I found it out from the vet. So he passed away. That was my youngest son's best friend. Like he was like, man, that's crazy. But then I have my French bulldog now. When I feed my dog, see, this is the problem. Do not feed your dog that bullshit pet food. Do not feed your dog that bullshit pet food. All right. I feed my dog horse meat, and I feed my dog horse meat with like lettuce, broccoli, or cabbage, or the top part of vegetables. Don't feed your dog anything that grows in the ground. Don't feed them no carrots. Don't feed them no potatoes. Don't feed them no onions. Don't feed them anything like that. If you get you get the fresh carrot, you get the green stock, you can chop that up and feed it to your dog. Feed your dog meat. Do not feed a dog that bullshit ass. If you get you get the fresh carrot, you get the green stock, you can chop that up and feed it to your dog. Feed your dog meat. Do not feed a dog that bullshit ass pet food. Don't feed them that shit. Don't do it. That shit is not good for them. Pet food. Don't feed them that shit. Don't do it. That shit is not good for them. Don't do it because that shit sits in their stomach and is bad for them and actually kills them faster. Because a dog is just no different. It's a wolf breed. So you know what I mean. You can feed. You know what I'm saying. It's better that you feed them. It's a wolf breed. So you know what I mean. You can feed. You know what I'm saying. It's better that you feed them that. Don't feed them fish either. Don't feed them anything with any fish products in it because they don't eat that. Like if you look at a breed of dog, if it's a wolf, it eats meat. It has to eat meat. And you know what I'm saying? And you want the meat a little bit, you don't feed them any cooked meat. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the butcher and you can get the meat scraps of like beef or something like that, or chicken scraps, and chop it up and freeze it and then unthaw it and then give them that. But I feed my dog horse meat. A lot of y'all be like, look at me, what, crazy? Like, but Actually, let me see where he's at. Let me show you my dog. Y'all still there? Let me show you my dog. All right, I'm back. Yes. All right. This is my dog. So you see him. So you see how you can see all the muscles in him. This is my dog. This is a Frenchie. All right. His name is Rocky. Hey. Sit. All right. This is Rocky the Frenchie. Yeah. Sit. All right. This is Rocky the Frenchie. Yeah. So he's shiny because I feed him horse meat, and then what we do with him is we wash him twice a week. Well, no, twice a month. And we have a horse oil soap. But the reason why he's all like this is because he eats horse meat. Right. So we feed him twice a day. The good thing about feeding your dog meat is when they take a dump, it ain't that big. It's about this big, no matter how big the dog is. And then if it sits there for a while, you won't smell it and it'll disintegrate, right? And when he eats the horse meat, he doesn't go take a dump like 30 to 45 minutes later. His body sucks up all the nutrients and stuff like that. So it's really lean. What's up? All right, come on. All right, so you can go back downstairs, buddy. Go back downstairs. Thank you. All right, go. All right. Yeah, so that's my dog. Now, dogs in Japan are very expensive. So he is like about $3,000. $3,000. The other thing about Japan is you will not find. Thank you. You will not find stray dogs in Japan. They treat dogs better than people. They're like kids to them. Like you'll people walking down the street with strollers and they got dogs in them and stuff. Especially old people. They love, you know what I mean, because they don't have any kids and stuff like that. There is, I'm gonna put up a vlog. There is an Akita. This lady has an all-white Akita that she walks. I love that dog. She walks them and stuff like that. But yeah, dogs are expensive in Japan. My friend has an actual Tosa, so it's a mix. A Tosa is a mix between a Great Dane and a Bull Mastiff or a Mastiff. So it's like the height of a Great Dane and it's the width of a Bull Mastiff. The things are dangerous. So he had to pay, because it was a runt, he paid about maybe $5,000 to $8,000. But the going price for a Tosa is 10, and then if you get like the Yokozuna breed Tosa, like the champion breed, talking about champion breed, talking about about 15 to 20,000. Usually mafia dudes got them there. And one dude, he had an Argentine Ridgeback, the all white ones and stuff like that. But other than that, any more questions, you guys? Any more questions? I appreciate everybody coming through, showing some love, hitting the like button as you came in, and stuff like that. I should have did this stream a little bit earlier, but it's 2 o'clock. I need to grab this food, and I appreciate it. If y'all got any more questions, let me know. But I'll wait a couple of more minutes, and then that's not the case. I'll see you people later. Any more questions? while I'm eating these, man, they should have dropped me some new fries. I should have told away. All right, the other thing in Japan is if you ever come to Japan, you go to McDonald's or Burger King, or Carl's Jr., or wherever you want to go, Wendy's, you can request them to drop you fresh fries. Yes, yes. But they still do that crazy stuff they do in the States. They give you 15 nuggets with only 2 sauces. You always got to fight with them about the sauce. I don't understand. And the other bad part about Japan is they don't have any sweet and sour sauce in the McDonald's. I think that's a travesty. It should be against the law. But since we had that, I'm about to be out. I will try to do some type of content once a week or whatever. I'm working out the times for my channel. I appreciate you coming through. I may do a hangout soon. I'm going to do a hangout soon. Just to talk. People just on the platform talk about anything, and we can just chop it up back and forth. And I'm about to be out, so I'm eating in front of y'all face, but I gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? All right. Thank you for coming through. Black and Japan. Dre out.